How we doing? So I don't know about you guys, but me, little old me, I got some issues with my knee recently, and honestly, it's just been kind of like a nagging sort of pain, and those are the worst, of course, because they never truly go away. Sometimes they flare up, and that just makes lifting much less enjoyable, right? So, with that being said, today, big focus. Instead of having a genuine, leg day, we're gonna have a leg day. But I want to show you guys what I'm gonna be doing over the next few weeks. I'm not always gonna be recording it, but if I come up with something new to toss in here, I'll record a whole new video on it. But for right now, I got 5 core moves that I'm going to be doing to work on my knee. It's specifically the left one is a lot worse right now. I've had it be the right before in the past when I was much heavier and trying to jog a little bit more often just to challenge myself. And I don't encourage that at all. But it was what I was trying to do just to challenge myself. Like I said, like a true fitness challenge for myself. But that's besides the point. Today's big focus is going to be on fixing this guy up. All the moves I'm going to be doing to help it. And yeah, I'm just going to show you guys stuff that you could hopefully do with really limited equipment at home to help you. And if you have knee pain, hopefully it helps because this is what I'm doing to fix my knee pain. Let's go. Crazy angle, I know. But the biggest thing here that I want to make sure that you guys see, don't mind the dog bowls, is that you're seeing the feet because that is the biggest portion of this exercise. So what we're going to be doing, tib raises, tibialis raises. Tibialis is the interior of the shin here. Helps with impact as well as deceleration. So it's like kind of the first defense against the knee in a lot of cases here. So biggest benefits here, knee stability, ankle stability, and knee alignment. So as you get more and more advanced and you're working on truly getting into lunges, things like that, you want to make sure everything's in alignment. And that's some of the biggest issues that cause those slow pains. So tib raise, all you're going to be looking to do here is get the burn starting to go in the front of the shins here. You'll start to feel it with more and more volume, in my opinion. I'm going to be doing 3 sets of 15 to 20, and all you're doing is just raising the feet up and back down. Nice and slow. You're not slamming them back down. Nice and slow. The farther you put these feet out, the more intense this is going to get. Biggest cues that I'm looking for here. Easier and easier the more upright you go. So this is the easiest to get. And then the farther the feet go out, the harder it is. Biggest thing I'm focusing on is keeping the lower back here against the wall as I'm doing these raises. And then you will feel the burn literally from ankle up. It is pretty crazy and it gets intense. Next up, a very tough move in my opinion, especially when you're just starting out. So this is an elevated ATG split squat, similar to a lunge. The biggest thing I could tell you is just making sure that you're getting firmly planted on whatever you're going to be doing this on. Making this easier and easier is just changing the elevation, as well as progressing. As you progress, slowly dropping this down and getting lower and lower. If there is pain in this, which there used to be for me, thank goodness I've worked through it enough to where this isn't causing issues. You could go less depth, only to 90 degrees, or you can also assist yourself to get into this nice and slow. And a lot of times if I'm training legs, this is where I start with this as a stretch more than an actual movement. So all we're going to do here is 10 each side, 3 times over. And so this move's obviously going to put a lot of focus on the quad here, but you are still getting some glute activation as well as our stretch here, just because we're getting so far into the range of motion. And with that being said, this is going to help strengthen that full range of motion, help you feel more comfortable in it, whether it's a squat or a lunge. And just because of the nature of this, you're getting the hip flexor stretch, as well as working on that ankle mobility, pushing this knee far over the toes if possible. And one thing I learned is that if you're not transferring a lot of the weights to that front leg, you have a chance to actually kind of put a little undue stress on that rear knee, and that's something I was doing. So a lot of technicalities of these I know, but they're huge for building up that base for you to continue to work on it, All right, I'm going to grab a step here if you have just a normal step in your house or any small sturdy box that you can work with. Up next, to help work the hip flexors a little bit more, Been focusing a ton on knee, ankle. Now we're moving up. Kettlebell, hip flexor raises. Again, this one's going to be a 3x10. 3 sets of 10 here. Just slipping on through. And I know this one's a little more specialized. If you don't have a kettlebell, it might be a little hard to perform it. So not only are you working on some level of balance here, not letting yourself fall over, but you are really putting quite a bit of emphasis on the posterior chain and the hip flexor in this move. All right, next up, keeping ourselves on the step. We're going to be doing step downs. There's multiple ways you could do these. You can work on the forward tracking. Make sure that the knee's not coming too far in here. My big focus when I'm doing this is kind of keeping it kind of in between big toe and second toe, pointer toe, and then back up. And just a light touch down, and then coming back up. Alternatively, if you don't have a step, you could utilize a weight plate and just put that down. Same idea. For some people, the step forward is not comfortable for the knee. So the other thing that you could do is work on it up to the side like this. Same idea. Same soft touch down and lift back up. Yeah, so you can see real soft touch down and lift back up. Making sure that knee's not caving in too much is the biggest thing that I'm focusing on here. The step down actually is one of those moves that works nearly freaking everything we're trying to work on here. Not only is it working the quad, but specifically it is focusing big time on the inner side of the leg, right here, inside of the leg, working on the vastus medialis, the teardrop looking muscle right here, which helps protect the knee from impact, also helps with stability, but this also works shins and glutes. So this is kind of a all-in-one move, and that's why I'm spamming it. I'm going to be going for 15 to 20 reps of these guys 3 times over. So we're doing 3 sets of this whole thing. This is one of the moves where I'm going to be putting a big emphasis along with the tib raises. So if you think about it, we're working actually right below the knee, right above the knee, tibialis, vastus medialis, to kind of fortify the knee. And that's the purpose of this and why I'm kind of spamming those 2 moves a little bit more. And then progression again. I mean, starting out, you really could go just a small plate under the foot, or even just the touches like this, bringing the foot out, coming back up, and then working higher and higher as you continue to progress. All right, now that we are nice and warmed up, I'm going to be hitting banded squats here. Let me move this to the side for just a second. Get us back here so you can see. The biggest thing here is that we're actually priming for my issue, the collapsing of the knees, especially when I'm lifting. So band right above the knees to really force them to pull in. This helps my muscle to keep the legs out, that driving force, and then just body weight squats. And honestly, these alone, most of the time, help me get rid of the knee pain almost instantly. Oh my gosh. All right. Whew, I haven't had squats be that tough in a minute. And I think it's because we tired everything else out before that, and that's kind of the goal. I want to make sure that I'm extra tired out, so I'm really focusing on having to drive this out, and it's hitting the glutes like crazy because I'm having to really concentrate. And honestly, I kind of feel it throughout, so I can't imagine. And at round 3, probably going to be extremely tough. I'm only going 10 to 12 on those guys. All right. Round 1 complete. That is all 5 moves for me. Whew. I put my watch on after movement 1, so I got the last 4. I'm at 14 minutes, and I already got 54 calories burned. So not only is this helping, for me to build strength and stability for my squats and all my lower body moves, but I'm still burning the calories along the way. And with the lean down going on, it's just what the doctor ordered. All right, I'll try and get like a couple side angles or different angles just so you guys can kind of see what everything looks like. But other than that, I don't think I'm really going to record this too much. Just kind of hit it. Make sure that I'm watching myself with everything. And then I'll meet you guys afterwards for just like total calories and how everything feels afterwards. I'm already feeling like decently fatigued. It's kind of crazy. So That lets you know that we're kind of hitting everything throughout the legs, and it's getting the job done. So, catch you guys at the end. Apologies. I forgot to record, and I think it's just because I was really in it to win it today. When I got to the park to get in some steps, and then I don't often find myself saying this, but I felt compelled to jog. I know that's crazy words leaving my mouth. Me. I felt compelled to jog, so I jogged 0.6 of a mile. 1 second, I have receipts, don't you worry. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. Overview. 0.57. Hold on, let me see if I can get this to clear up for you guys and be really, truly seeable. Oh no, come on. There we go. Alright, so yeah, we got 0.6 miles, 7 minutes, 17 seconds, 87 more calories, 78 active calories, 1,000 steps, and then before that, we had the walk as well. So right now on the day, I am at, 1 second, we'll just shift it over so it's easy to see. I am at 669 calories, 7,700, and let me make sure this is fucking focusing before I'm just explaining this to like nothing. Okay, 7,000, almost 8,000 steps, 670 calories, and 62 minutes worth of workouts and 10 active sessions. So pretty good, pretty damn good if I do say so myself. I should have recorded it. I was even gonna do some shorts, but like I don't know. Sometimes you just get out there and you're like, man. Because I had some pretty interesting stuff going on in the year, I was really listening to some podcasts and like TED Talks and shit, and so I was just going for it. But dinner's ready. For dinner, we have this green chili chicken. I wish you could smell it. It smells pretty green chili. It smells pretty chicken. And the good thing about stuff like this, you get just a protein that's a base for whatever you want to put it in. I mean, you want mini tortillas? Go for it. You want baked tortillas? Go for it. You want rice? Go for it. You know what I mean? That's your opportunity to put it on whatever you want. You want it on like just a regular bun? Put it on a regular bun. Doesn't matter. The cool thing is that absorbs the flavor, so it has the flavor in it, and so it's not like a just boring chicken. You can put some cheese on it if you want. But let me see if I have the jar. I do not. Empty jar? Damn, I don't even have an empty jar, dude. Well, we did use some diced jalapenos, but we used a green salsa, like a Hatch green chili salsa. So is it really a green chili? It kind of. Don't get technical. But yeah, pretty good, solid protein source. And I'm probably gonna put it on a little bit of rice, and I'm probably gonna put it in a tortilla. Maybe I'll even just do a whole burrito. That sounds like a burrito, right? Yeah, and that's gonna be dinner. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's that easy. Sometimes it's that breezy. Just making marinated or sauced proteins. Put it with whatever. Get a veggie. Get a starch. Boom. That's it. I will give you a shot at exactly what I put together with the macros, because I'm not sure. I'm going to go pretty crazy, because today I have fasted besides one David bar. Here they are, right here. David bar. You ever had a David bar? If not, you should think about it. Pretty solid. All right. So, without that, with that, I think that's it for today. It's pretty easy, pretty quick. See you in the next one. Look better, feel better, be better. Boom!